discussions with my grandchildren, I've talked about. I'm writing my memoirs very slowly, but in concising them, I've talked about wanting to be a sailor, and I've entitled it "Riding the Waves." And the waves are the first wave was growing up and wanting to be a sailor, and so on, and all the various waves down to the wave of being a consultant in Ottawa, having input into what's going on in the oceans, and later evolving to another wave. In other words, I've changed jobs 6 or 7 times. As soon as I find somebody else is going to do it better than me, I get out. You see, the most recent wave is working with Native people, and there's several reasons why I did that. Because there was an early exploration down the Mackenzie River. I met a lot of people who helped me, and I really fell in love with the North. And then in exploring, I spent a lot of time in airplanes, of course, in the Arctic Islands. And maybe it really triggered it when I had an airplane accident, and I had organized a thing called the Beaufort Sea Community Advisory Committee. This was a committee of 2 representatives from each of 5 communities in the high Arctic, in the Western High Arctic. And my job was, and this was for Dome Petroleum, who was trying to drill offshore Beaufort Sea. My job was to work with those people through the committee and express their concerns to the people who are wanting to drill oil wells, exploration wells in the Beaufort Sea, and to communicate the information from the oil companies back to the natives. And now I don't speak their language, but I speak their language in the sense that I can communicate with them. And that was a big venture. And I brought the Eskimos, which they call themselves, incidentally. I brought the Inuit down to Victoria, Vancouver, and showed them drill ships. They couldn't believe the size of a ship. They, like me, had never been on the ocean before. They'd been on the Arctic Ocean, but they'd never seen a huge ship. And they started to get confidence. And then with the oil company, I just negotiated programs for jobs, training, all the things that they wanted and needed. And it didn't cost the oil company much. I mean, compared to what they were spending $100 million to drill one well. So they could afford it. And I must say, Dome Petroleum particularly, and Gulf Canada at the time, and Imperial Oil, they all chipped in and made it happen. So everything was fine until 1980, when the Eastern government declared I guess it disturbs me so much I can't remember the name of it, but when they declared a new regime for oil and gas, and the oil companies just shut it down. It ruined my business. It ruined my friends' business. All my work was with oil companies. When they stopped working, I stopped working.